Hey, what's up? This is our Dotta, West Ashley, Charleston, South Carolina, and this is a PSYCHii interview.
Thank you for being here.
Appreciate you having me.
So, tell us a little bit about like where are you from? Like, were you raised in Charleston your whole life?
Not my whole life, majority of my life. You know, we bounced around a lot. I lived in Texas for a little while. I lived in Jacksonville, Florida for a little while.
Dang.
I lived in came back to Charleston. This is back when my parents were still married. Came back to Charleston, man. I didn't even live in West Ashley the whole time. Like I bounced around like North Charleston, Somerville, West Ashley majority of the time. West Ashley is what I consider home. You know, that's where my mom's side is from, my dad's side. I got people from downtown, so.
But like origin, like as far as your parents is concerned, like Charleston, South Carolina.
Yeah, my mom is from the forest, my dad is from the east side, but we got people from Ardmore, yeah.
So give us a little bit of context as far as like how you said Jacksonville, you said Texas.
Yeah, Fort Hood, Texas.
You 27, right?
Nah, man, I'm 29, bro.
My fault. I always be wanting to believe niggas is younger than me.
Yeah, nah, bro. Somebody thought I was 18 the other day. That's crazy.
For real? I mean,
yeah.
Black people don't crack, so we here.
Yeah, I went to one of my old football football team practices. Dog thought I was coming to take somebody's spot. I'm like, nah, man, I played there 10 years ago, man. 10, 12 years ago.
Nah, you missed me, G. So where on the timeline did you end up in Jacksonville? Did you end up in Texas? Like, how long were you there?
It's early, man. Like, I got to Fort Hood, Texas. I think I might have been 2. Then we got to Jacksonville. I might have been 3.
Okay.
You feel me? But I still remember those times. Like, I'm able to tell my mom specific things that happened.
Yeah.
And it blows her. I'm like 2 or 3 years old. Yeah.
I always think about like a lot of our memories that we remember. When you think about these places that you was at beforehand, are they important to you? Like, do they contribute something to you as a person still?
Yeah. So crazy, right? Like I said, I was 2 years old when I was living in Fort Hood, Texas. I remember having a nightmare, and there was a bunch of eyes staring at me. And I woke up out of my sleep, had a fever, all of that. My mom took me to the kitchen, gave me like some Coke or something, like Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like ice, and like to calm me down. And like for my whole life, I was trying to really figure out what that dream meant. And it was like now being a rapper, and it's like I'm performing, a lot of eyes are really on me, man. So yeah, I would say like experiences back then helped shape me to being how I am now, for sure.
I feel like even in all fairness, I always think the world is so strange because like every moment is really valuable, like it contributes so much to our psyche. Like when you sit there and say that, like to me, like it gives me a slight chill, only because it's like you're able to unpack moments and memories to whatever we want, but like by example, like that feels metaphorically like even then you didn't know, but like it was going into where you was gonna go.
Yeah, for sure. It scared me, man.
Yeah.
You know, I had stage fright a little bit for a little while, man, so I don't like being in front of people. And I mean, now it's like, it's easy. That's what I love to do.
I think even hearing about that dream you speak of is a perfect point to even ask, like, what was the point where you were like, nah, like, I want to do this music shit? Like, before answering, what I mean is like, what led up to it?
What led up to it? Man, that's kind of hard. Like, I did a lot. Like, I played basketball. I was good at basketball. I played football. I was even better at football. Mm-hmm. And, you know, you're just trying to find a way out, man. And I started rapping back in like 5th grade or whatever, just playing around with it. My mom, she bought me like 4 or 5 CDs. I asked her for old school rap. So then I got the Public Enemy, LL Cool J first album, Heavy D and the Boys, and hold on. My bad, my phone. Heavy D and the Boys, somebody else, man, I can't remember. But I really played that Public Enemy a whole lot. Oh, Run DMC's greatest hits. And that's what taught me how to rap, how to flow on beats. Fridays, my auntie would come over to my grandma's house. We was staying at my grandma. This back when I was living in West Ashley. We stayed at my grandma's house. My auntie come through. I used to put on a show. Like, my grandma had hardwood floors. Like, I bring the boom box. I'm performing Run DMC and shit.
For real?
Thanks. We started building up. Middle school, man. I met my homie, man. My brother, my best friend. And rest in peace to him. Aaron.
Yeah.
And shit, we said we wanted to do the talent show. We "Wipe Me Down" was a hot song. We wrote verses for that.
Damn, both of y'all.
Hell yeah! Like I don't know if you knew E, cause I know you from the West too.
Yeah.
But like E is probably like the best rapper you've never heard. I don't know why. I know why he stopped rapping, because he became a barber and he fell in love with playing
Oh,
pool.
you mean Big Aaron? That was your.
Yeah,
Damn.
that's my best friend.
Oh,
man.
my respect and condolences.
It's all cool. It's all good, man. You know, justice for him. But backtracking. So we had the talent show, and we went out there, man. We said we was gonna throw money out. We put together like a little bit of fake money.
Yeah.
Had about $7 mixed in there. Got out on the stage, threw the money out, started rapping. We did what we had to do, man. But yeah, me and him and my other homie Skrilla, we rapped together for a little while through high school. And yeah, man. Eventually, I just went out and I became like a single act or solo act. Excuse me.
I feel like I don't want to get too far ahead, but this is a perfect point. We were talking about a little bit off camera as far as when I brought up the idea of like gangster rap, but like I don't want us to put up any like negative connotation to it when I say it, right? Like let's think about Public Enemy or NWA like when I say like gangster rap for a moment.
Yeah.
As I realize like a lot of the times like the representation of gangsters now is whatever you want to feel about, but those are people that were still giving like political like representations to communities and like addressing like real issues that was going on. And I say it like that because, you know, when I asked you about gangster, like I feel like you can get that from you only because like, okay, it's like you stand on your square, like how you always say, like as your what's the word for it? Your quote, like stay dangerous, like stay.
Yeah, stay safe, stay dangerous.
Exactly,
Yeah.
like you value community, you value identity, black identity as a whole, but like always being informative to other people that are like us.
For sure.
I want to be far-fetched to say like you obviously a Southern boy, but like nigga, man. But I feel like when you listen to your music, it's a lot of the time like you really get a lot of influence from like up north rap.
Yeah, I say that for sure. Yeah, man, that's why I started off listening to. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I gave you the Run DMC, I gave you the Public Enemy. Rakim was another one, like, you know, just all up north rappers. Nas, Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? And it took me a while really to get into Southern music. My mom didn't listen to Southern rappers like that.
For real?
And it's funny, me, E, and Skrilla, we had a thing where we didn't necessarily want to sound like we were from Charleston. We didn't want to be the typical Charleston rappers.
Yeah.
So we drew influence on Lil Wayne. I mean, I know he's a Southern rapper, but you can see he has East Coast influences, you feel me? So that's what it was.
I want to, again, be far-fetched to be like, for some reason I was thinking about your music earlier, and you like give me a lot of like Jewels, Jim Jones, like I don't know why, like I don't mean like the delivery or anything. It's kind of the swag.
The vibe, yeah, for sure. No, it's a ton of rappers like a list that help like influence how I got to where I'm at. Like Jay-Z for one, Nas. I know he's a Southern rapper, but this another Southern rapper you could tell has West Coast and East Coast influences. Currency.
Of course.
You feel me? Fabulous, Jada Kiss. Like I can go on and on, man.
There was a point or not where I believe you was into battle rap, were you not?
For sure. I never officially battle rap, but I'm still into watching it. You know, so we got an event to watch next week, man. For sure.
Do you think that, like in the obvious nature, it contributed to you, like as far as just like the braggadocious, like how you present yourself and everything, but like, did it have you build a lot more value to like the bars, like the just like everything?
Yeah, those are the battle rap is the purest form of hip hop that we got right now.
Respect.
Those are the lyricists. You feel me? You say what you want about them making songs. You can never listen to them rapping a cappella and be like, yo, they ain't got some of the hardest bars I ever heard. And a lot of them do all of that, man. Like, like they rapping for 3 to 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? People don't even got 3 to 5 minute songs on the radio no more.
At all.
And they rapping 3 to 5 minutes for a round. So they rapping a whole song for a round, going specifically catered to another motherfucker. I mean, excuse me, specifically catered to another person. You feel me?
I want to make sure I
3 songs. My bad.
No, you good. I want to make sure I still stay on point in my mind. So, back for you, just like and your story as a whole. You started out your group metaphorically with Skrilla and E.
Yeah.
And then you just became solo at one point.
Yeah.
Can you give me like a timeline, at least to like when you think you became solo?
I think I was like 17 or 18. I said I was gonna quit rapping. He told me, let's make one more song. We did that, and then I started, you know, cause I was the one who kind of had the studio set up. So I just kept going, man. Yeah, music was really my outlet. You know, I don't really express my feelings too much, except for in the music. That's when you really get all the nitty gritty stuff, man. So what's that? 2011, 2012. Yeah.
Okay, for sure.
But I'm still pursuing football at the same time, so it's not too serious.
You give a lot of representation to your music. Like, you're always throwing up the West. Like if I was to be objective, like on a brand sense, like the bigger you become and the claim, like people, kids, like they have something to attach themselves to because it's identity. But again, like besides that, it's like you value where you came from. It's that homegrown sense. Like, how important is that to you, like to the identity of your music?
I mean, that's very important, man. Like you said, this where my people from.
Yeah.
This is where I grew up at, man. This is where I got like some of my best memories, man. Like, I went to Fort Dorchester and I felt weird because I wasn't around nobody who was from the West. You feel me? It's like me, I think, and one other person from West Ashley that I knew for sure. It's like that's weird. And I'm around. I'm in a place I've never been to before. Like, you feel me? Like, I've never really been to Somerville before I got to Fort Dorchester.
Yeah, for sure.
You feel me? We was in my mind, we weren't allowed to go there.
I grew up down here just like anybody else that's specifically black. Like inside of these areas like that, did you feel like you had to like be aggressive or just get active, for a lack of better words? Like, what was it that like that's different for like that time? Like, I don't even want to say the naivety. Like, what was it for you, like, as opposed to now, like you just older in the sense as well?
I mean, I never really been like super aggressive with people, you feel me, outside of like needing to be. And I guess with that, you know, the West has kind of taught me like, yo, don't be no bitch. You feel me? And I'm an only child, so I gotta like stand on my own. You feel me? Like all my brothers, like, you know, they my dad's kids. You feel me?
So you had to be there for your mom.
Yeah, my closest cousin that aged than me, man. Like he like a year and a half older than me. He 2 grades above me. So it's like, it's me on my own. If I don't do what I gotta do for myself, if I don't know how to make friends with people, and people know how to play with me any kind of way, then I'm out here on the square by myself. I'm on the island by myself. You feel me?
Do you feel like when it comes to your music, especially, like, I think a lot of the coolest parts about listening to you sometimes is like when we think about your music now, like even the newest project you put out, like how I say, it always goes back into community. It goes back into like, I don't want to make the word negative, but like it's that aggression, but it's a defensive aggression. Like, it's like your identity. It's like don't ever challenge me. Like, we always talk about ego, especially now, where like it could be a negative context, but it's like there, in a weird way, when I say it, there's a self-awareness to it for you, where it's like, I don't want anybody to challenge me because you don't see how great I am.
Right.
And you display that at all times.
I mean, I feel like if I tell you I'm the greatest, and you bring up an objective argument, now you calling me a liar. You feel me?
We was also saying off camera, which still goes back into my last point. Aesthetic, not in the fake nature for you, just actual presentation and representation. Our Dotta is like that super ego, but it's authentic for you. Like let's not make it like it's some moniker. It's like some idea that does, like, it's like, you know, like they'll say like people have personality, like when you start becoming a rapper, it's like, oh, like this is a whole different personality. It's like you like you thought about Rashad, all these different things that encompass him,
Right.
and then you got the best parts about it, and then you made our Dotta.
Right. You gotta look at the name R. Dotta. Like, it's my name is Rashad. It's my initial. That's who I am.
You gotta tell niggas that Dotta's a period.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
Point
you're
blank.
spelling out dot. And just add the Ed in because it sound cool.
Nah, I feel
You know what I
it.
mean? So it's the same. I think I want to say it's the same amount of letters as in my real name too. Like, I just,
Illegitimately, yes. So you said that. That's weird.
yeah, man, it's a reason.
Do you think that, like how you were saying earlier off camera, it's like people have like different ideas, the ego, different ideas, like whether it's like I'm uncomfortable, so now I'm expressing like a bigger ego to compensate for it. Like, you said you think that is like weakness, like how do I address it the right way? Like, you always feel comfortable in your own skin when you look at these other people and like how they try to overcompensate for it. Like, what is like your actual idea behind it? Like, and I ask it as a question directly for you because like I think about any of the verses that you have, like being a man is important to you. Like, I don't know if you would admit it or not, but like
Yeah, for sure, man. When I see people doing that, it's like, okay, because that's a lot of times when people get into that super egotistical or whatever, you a bully.
for sure.
So then I mark you out as a bitch.
Oh, okay, okay. I'm seeing it. I'm
His
seeing
whole
it.
name was like, I mark you out as a bitch. And like just from, like I said, I wasn't in the streets, you know what I'm saying? But I got people I'm close to. People in the streets don't like bullies. And that's one of my morals. I don't like bullies. I used to fight bullies for people back in the day. Like, I mark you as a bitch.
Nah, we done had talks numerous times where you sit there saying like, I know the discourse for it became popular now, but you've been talking about for a while, like, just always trying to protect black women. Like,
For sure. For sure. They need that.
comes to protecting black women, the authenticity of a man, but in our conversation's sake, the authenticity of a black man, it all contributes back into the our Dotta.
Right.
So I want to segue with this to say, let's talk about the new project, right?
All right, what's up with it?
I want to be a fan for a moment, honestly. Like the first song, the intro song, like it was great. Like, honestly,
Appreciate it. Thank
like I think
You mean like my daughter's intro or like the Rest in PSYCHii?
rest in PZ. Nah, even with your moms, because I mean I've met your moms before. Like, I'll be fair, like I don't have like a super personal relationship with her, but like I know for you as a person, like even sharing that with us and like having that made like that, that's more detail, that's more like sincerity, that's more just like earnestness. That was valuable.
Shout out to my daughter, man. For sure. I love that lady.
So the RPE, your fucking verses was tough. Like, even like how you came on it, like the aggression, like it was just all like it was there. Like, but
Appreciate you.
besides even just like bigging it up, like talk to me about how it felt to write it. Like, obviously you said it's no rivals, but like you made that as a statement. But that statement came from an emotional place of your man's dying. So like,
Yeah. So, like I said earlier, man, like he told me to do another song when I wanted to quit. Like, I gotta talk to you about this album, man. This, my whole mindset, man. Like, I know each since I was like 13, 14 years old.
oh yeah.
If I knew I just would have had 15 years with my dog, we would have been together like all the time. If I would have known 15 years would have went by so fast. You feel me? Like, I saw him 2 weeks before, and his birthday was 2 weeks after. You feel me?
Shit like that's always crazy, because then it's just the mortality of it all. Like you say 15 years, and that's not long. Like,
It's not, man. In our last conversation, we talked about so much. It be topics that come up now, and I'm like, yeah, man, me and you talked about that in our last convo. We talked for 45 minutes about so much, and had no idea that was gonna be our last convo. That shit crazy, bro.
I feel like I'm about to get off track because I feel emotional now. I identify with how crazy that is.
And like, you're not the only friend I had that got killed. I've been getting friends get killed since like middle school, man. So, but that was the closest one to me.
Yeah.
So that reopened a whole bunch of other feelings and realizations. I'm never going to see these people again.
That ass.
You know?
When it comes to just like having to like that, like just the existential nature of it all, you know, like these people are leaving continuously and I'll never see them again. And it's like, when it comes to that, but like even with the music, how is it that, I'm sorry, how is it that you feel you can still, I'm being objective, how do you feel you can still present, I guess like certain natures that's, for conversation's sake, violent, but a lot of them may have been taken from violence?
Well, if you listen to what I be saying, man, in the majority of my verses after "Call Me Dot," if I say something about violence, it's more about a protection. You know what I'm saying? It's not. I'm not a drill rapper. I'm not talking about going. The idea of going to hunt down people is weird to me.
Definitely.
I don't get that. I like drill music, but then once I'm alone. We're talking about going to hunt somebody? I can't do that.
Yeah.
Nah, if I'm going to protect myself, yeah.
That's different. I think that's how you just phrase that is so important as well, because that just like goes back into the growth of it. Like you said, "Call me Dot." There may have been certain ideas or connotations that may have contributed to that, but the understanding and growth as a person, like you can hear it in the lyrics now, even again how we go back into this project where it's like, it's different.
Yeah, for sure.
So when it came down to E, when it came down to just like, let's even say like all the different stuff that's been going on in your life now, like what brought you to I Have No Rivals?
I think we was talking about earlier, normally when you see me, man, like you just see me by myself or you see me with like my wife, man.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, at times you might get lonely, you know? Or not, I don't want to say lonely, but your only perspective is yours at that time. So you sitting there thinking, and it might be a time you second guessing yourself, and you be like, nah, I'm not. Nah, we about to do this. Like we about to smash motherfuckers in, man. Like,
I would say even for conversation's sake, like for perspective, remember that one random time for in context, I was like, damn, you think God get lonely?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, that could be the reason why he made people. Who knows? You feel me? Like, and just another point with that too. Like, you're alone, and even if nothing's seriously going on, but you want to keep that competitive edge. And I realize I've done this, or I do this after watching The Last Dance. And Michael Jordan, I forgot who they was playing. I think it might have been in Orlando, or somebody off the Wizards, somebody, man. And it was a back-to-back game. So the first game, bro was getting off. He had like basically the game of his career. And then after the game, Mike said that bro came up and told me a good game, but like in a sarcastic way. Next game, Mike had just about as many points as bro had this whole entire game. Mike had that in the first half. And he told people it was because bro said this yesterday. He said have a good game or a good game. And then years later it came out, he ain't ever said that. You feel me? So in my head, like, it sounds crazy. I might create problems with somebody in my head for that time being. Our Dotta will create problems with people. In that perspective, Rashad, no, ain't nothing going on, but as a competitive sense, Oh, I don't fuck with bro. Let's go ahead and get this. I don't have rocks.
I'll be objective for nature to say, like how we said when you're alone, humans can't grow alone.
Right.
So an idea, you can like make these problems and manifest it to these different things to like flourish inside of this to like make growth. Like as an artist, when it comes to it, like that competitive nature that you manifest at all times and all of your different projects, it's like you look at, like again, for this project in particular, I would want to say like you honed into where it's like, nah, like y'all niggas is beneath me. Like when it comes to this rap shit, like I really got to put y'all back on game. Like
Facts.
what's really happening.
Yeah, the whole time you not working, somebody else is working. It's something like kind of like added more fuel to that fire, man. It's like the first Amethyst.
Yo,
I know I told the story before.
Crazy.
I appreciate it, but I know I told the story before. Like, so I didn't get invited initially, right? And in my mind, I was like, how the fuck I didn't get invited? But I also hadn't had a project out. But I was like, nah, I've been doing too much. I didn't get invited. So then like they had this competition, whoever got the most amount of votes or whatever, get invited. I think it ended up being me, Blue Flame, and somebody else. I can't remember who it was. And that's only because me and Blue Flame got real close after that. Anyway, we get there and we introducing or whatever. I think that was my second time seeing Pat X again.
Hell yeah.
And Dave came up to me, man, shout out to Dave. Dave said, oh man, like I started seeing your name pop up. I thought we already invited you, I forgot. That shit pissed me off, bro.
I remember you had told me about it.
And like I had a funeral to go to that same day, so I was just in and out. I couldn't really stick around. But like after the funeral, I went home, I came up with like 11 verses. And I was like, I wanted to say I was the first one there the next day, and I was the last one to leave.
I was about to say, and even if you look at it like, you obviously opinionated, like, because rap is just subjective, but like, you got on, if I remember correctly, like 5 songs, but like, you came to show and prove, and like, you really did. Like, there's only like, respectfully, like, a couple standout artists from those sessions, and you is definitely one of them.
Appreciate that. And my dog Pat X, the only one who had more features in me.
I would even say what's cool about that, about those moments, and then like how you said when it came to just rap music, as far as when you first started, you know, this is a long time coming for you, but you know, I don't like the community as far as rap was concerned at the earlier time. It wasn't as like, there wasn't a lot of representation, I'd say, correct?
Yeah, for sure.
And now it's like, you know, you got all these different eyes on you. People really respect you like as a rapper and as just like an entity. So.
Well, you know, I want to backtrack.
For sure.
There's representation, but it was only like one way. There was more like street or gangster rap. And like, even in these times, like, you know, shout out to him because I love his music, like Long Money Phil.
Yeah.
I can't rap no kind of way like how Long Money Phil. That's not my style. I could love it and I can admire it, but that's not for me. You feel me? And I'm gonna play it, I'm gonna listen to it, but it's not something I could step into and do. Not at the level that he's doing. But I think that's been represented a whole lot in Charleston. And I think now we're starting to get like more of the other side of the spectrum as well too.
For sure. I think it's different.
A fuller spectrum.
For sure. Absolutely. I would say like musically, your music's different from like the aesthetic of like those sort of rappers aligned with Long Money. But like, would you not say like in a lot of the spaces that they go to, as far as like the people that they may know, you don't feel like you'd be able to step in those as well?
Oh yeah, for sure, man. Like, yeah, for sure.
So when I even ask it,
man, we go to the same studio.
I was gonna say, so would you feel comfortable actually performing at some of these places? Or like, do you think that you want to make that happen?
I mean, I have before.
Oh, okay.
But I also, I was making different kind of music back then as well too.
Okay.
Right now my music isn't necessarily like focused on club songs, or that's not even necessarily like radio hits. I'm more focused on like Spotify playlists, and instead of performing at like smaller venues or brick and mortar venues, I want to perform at like festivals.
I feel that 1000%. I also like, just for conversation's sake, as a fan again, want to say, I want to hear you on more like soul sample type production. Like, I don't think it's completely like that when I say the example, but like Therapy Sessions is one of my favorite songs you've ever made, because like, while it's like a story, like like your voice is real bass heavy, and I feel like it really contributed to that vibe somehow. Like that makes sense.
Yeah. And the therapy session was kind of like a prelude to I Don't Have Rivals. You know what I'm saying? Some more of the same things. But yeah, so as far as Soul Sample, you mean like season 2 kind of vibes?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like those kind of beats. Right now, I am trying something a little bit different, and that's gonna be on the next project, man. Where I'm using, this is my festival music, man. Like,
For real?
Yeah. I'm trying to, with beats that transition, and the whole project that tells a story in sort of a way.
I fuck with that.
Yeah, for
it's
sure,
crazy.
man.
I want to like unnecessarily validate you as well to like as an artist, like just be cognitive of that, to like it's like, okay, I've made all these stylistically, but like now it's time to like think about the presentation of the music, but not even just that, like also like how this translates for audiences. Like that's important. Like that's really cool.
I said it, but I mean, like I could take it. I can't take it back, but I could recant the statement. Season 2 was gonna be the last time of me making music that sounds like that. That was like supposed to be the pinnacle of me making music like that. I've been doing music like that off and on, man, like forever. I've been rapping on beats like that forever. So I think it was Meek Mill who said he had a conversation with Jay-Z. And Jay-Z was basically saying like, yeah, man, you got these anthems or whatever, but you need to rap on bigger beats. So now my focus is, bigger beats. Like what's gonna take it over the edge and separate myself from everybody.
I like it. So you working on the new project.
Yeah.
You sitting there, how do you feel like, where is it gonna be finished? When are we gonna get it?
It's just really one more song that needs to get mixed and stuff, man. The rest of it is we good to go. So y'all gonna be getting that real soon. I'm jobbing for the rest of the year.
Really?
Yeah, when I said I don't have rivals, I meant that.
Oh, you want to niggas head top?
For sure.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not playing.
Okay.
I honestly, man, like I just felt like I should have been. There's a verse, I haven't put this song out yet, man. There's a verse that I have where I say, if I would have went harder in my career, then E and a few other homies would still be here. Could have did way more to be on. Shedding tears, staring at these contacts in my phone, cause damn, I can't call it. You feel me? I have the time. I got the money now to where I got the strategy to where I can keep doing this. And that's where I'm at with it.
For sure.
Life too short.
Okay. I think again, hearing that even as a bar, that's more of a context for you don't have rivals.
I don't have rivals, man.
But
yeah.
Thank you for coming out with me as well.
Appreciate
doing
it,
this whole conversation. You kind of answered it, but like this is me. Like, you want to give me like a real answer for like when you gonna give the project to us?
Like I'm just waiting for this last song to get mixed, man. But
so it could be any time.
We aiming. What's the September right now? Man, these flies. We aiming for.
They heard that bar. They knew it was dirty.
Yes, good one. So y'all gonna get some pieces little by little in October and get the full thing in November.
Okay.
Yeah.
Respect.
So you're gonna have I Don't Have Rivals. You're gonna have 2025s, and then you're gonna have no. You thought I was gonna give you the exclusive.
It's all right, but it was always a pleasure.
Yeah, shout out to PSYCHii, man.